When we bought the air fryer, we thought it would be for fries and maybe making nuggets, but then we discovered that it's a kitchen monster that does everything quickly and cleanly, and you could say we forgot about the oven. In this episode, we share game-changing recipes. Easy homemade food you can make in minutes without using many dishes. If you haven't fallen for your air fryer yet, it's probably because you didn't know what to cook in it until now. Good morning in another air fryer episode. I love these episodes because they're just a lifesaver for me. As you know, I'm not very skilled in the kitchen, and this just makes my life easier. And today I'd like to show you something that's a bit of a memory for me. I know it's an omelet, but for me it's the Polish equivalent of American pie, if you know what I mean. I have 2 apples, half a tablespoon of flour, a tablespoon of sugar, also black sesame, and salt so the egg whites whip up well. And those were 4 eggs. Those were 4 eggs that I separated to make a delicious omelette a la American pie. Polish version. A pinch of salt, I'll stir it. Now, I'm adding 4 egg yolks. Oh, but it looks so fluffy, ooh. Now, one of the sweeter things, the best apples, I recommend them. Kuyevi and sweet and delicious. Base is ready, setting it aside. Now let's grab an apple. In half, and 2 halves would... We cut out all these unnecessary parts. Seeds and pits, remember how they said we'd grow a tree in our stomach if we swallowed them? That used to scare me as a kid. Kuba, how was it diced? You know, I'll just cut it in half too. That wasn't a good idea. All right, chop, 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 chop. And now I'll just dice the whole apple. You know how it is with me. Ouch, a square, a circle, whatever. But you guys have it figured out. So, we transfer the apples into my base. I break them up a bit more, you know what I mean. Now I'll mix it up a bit. Wow. Great. The next step is about half a tablespoon of flour and a tablespoon of sugar. Oh boy. You can replace it with xylitol, you know, if someone doesn't want their, sugar to spike or something. We sit the air fryer for 15 minutes at 180 degrees and monitor it. After 10 minutes, I'll add some sesame seeds to finish off my apple pie. That's cool. I'm setting it up, and I'll see you in a few moments. You know what? I decided to change my plans a bit, because I'll add the sesame seeds sooner so they're in the structure of my apple pie. Not too much, unlike with Nigella seeds, you know? 15 minutes have passed and I'm curious myself whether it has risen or not, or 2-1. Wow, oh damn. Beautiful, Kuba, awesome. Come on, little one. You're great, tada. So, Kubush, how about I get this ready and then we'll call camera or whoever is in the office to test it, because I really want to. 12:15, perfect timing for a break. Honestly, I have to tell you, I'm very proud once again. When I look at how it turns out, it's really very nice. Honestly, like an American Hawaiian pie, Polish edition. Klema.
He even prepared a little plate for himself.
A golden dish on golden plates, but...
How did you fry or bake something triangular?
Square pizza. But it's nice.
Jesus, how I like it.
But this is sweet right away.
I was about to ask. Since I like sweet things, are these pancakes?
Sesame, no, this is an omelet. The sesame is for balance. I haven't seen black sesame yet. What does that mean?
Sesame for balance?
Because it's sweet, and sesame is kind of,
To balance out some flavors? Yes.
Yes.
It smells like apples.
So delicious.
Oh, damn, that's good. This has nothing to do with an omelet. This is a pancake. This is mom's pancake.
Yeah, a pancake, right? This is a sesame pancake.
So that you eat this big pancake in one go? Huh? What a blast. 4
eggs. So when you eat it, you'll feel totally cool.
Right? The apple gave it some juiciness. You also added a bit of sugar here, right?
Yeah, real sugar, let it...
No eggs, no flavor. You can dip it in yogurt if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I recommend it and have to do it.
There are many ingredients here, so what will we make today? I'm both asking and answering. Swedish meatballs in creamy sauce, and all of it from this device, the air fryer. Let's go. We start by finely dicing the onion. I'll add a bit of olive oil to the air fryer. I'm adding the onion just a bit. Salt. Just a little bit of water. And let's go. Every now and then we check inside to make sure the onion doesn't fry too much. The point is just to soften it. And now I'm putting the meat, an egg, and a big spoonful of Dijon mustard into the bowl. Now I'm pressing in 2 cloves of garlic. Now we add dill. Now let's take a look at the onion, because we can't make the meat without it. Just a moment. Okay, I'll put on my gloves now, because we'll be kneading the meat with them. And my dear ones, of course, salt and pepper as well. Now I'll start kneading. The onion is soft and delicious, so I'm adding it straight to the meat. I'm adding breadcrumbs to the mix. Now knead everything together. Oh, careful, the onion is still warm. See how well everything comes together here. No hassle. There's going to be so much food, Goli. Too bad you're dieting. All right, my friends. It's still a bit greasy inside here from the onion, but I arrange it and still drizzle a little olive oil on top. I'll drizzle it. We close it. A few moments later. Listen, they're ready now. The ones on the right are more roasted. Of course, we don't keep them on for too long either, so they don't get dried out. They should be juicy. Listen, these are handmade cutlets. One is bigger, the other is smaller. But you can just as well weigh the meat if you want them all to be identical. For example, you can use an ice cream mold, just pack it in, tap it, and it stays consistent. Goli, look, it's slightly charred inside. There's a bit of fat, but that fat mainly comes from the meat, and we leave it in. But I put butter on top of all that. I add flour. And I make a roux like that. I mix it very thoroughly so there are no lumps. Thanks to this, our sauce will be velvety. Now I pour it in. Half a liter of beef broth. Oh, this sauce looks beautiful, doesn't it? But that's not all, because to the cream, I'm adding hot sauce so that the whole thing gets tempered. We stir and stir to get a uniform consistency. You can gently add some salt because the broth itself is already salty, but I'll add a little more here. I need to lower the temperature from 180 degrees to 100 degrees. What's next? I'm adding it to the sauce, my friends. Such wonders. Only here with us. The Starburst air fryer. This is already a tasting or presentation portion since it's substantial. Please take it and try it.
All right, Mr. Expert, here's a question for you. No need to stress, I'll get right to it. Very good. Let's see your answer. What's the difference between meatballs and meatloaf?
And do you know? I do.
I'm asking. I have no idea. For me, it's just another name, but I think meatballs have less meat than meatloaf. But that's just my theory.
We were supposed to check it together, but didn't have time. Comment it and everything will be resolved.
And then we'll know for sure.
It might be quicker to ask chat or Google. I don't trust.
I prefer reading comments over the chat.
Or Google, but we'll wait. My dear ones, despite many ingredients, it didn't take us long.
Damn, but if you have an air fryer, I recommend these meatballs. They're really good.
Air fryer soups, creme, delicious, aromatic, and deeply flavorful. A beautiful pepper soup. Prepare 4 bell peppers, 2 tomatoes, and 2 onions. And now stage directions. Time for seasoning, sour cream for the soup, 18% fat. I took a baguette, but you can use croutons, salt, and pepper. Olive oil as always. And a liter of broth. It can be vegetable or meat. I have chicken broth. The topic is simple. Let's go, Kuba, you know where to start, right? Don't mind how I make peppers. It's just my way, and I don't know if others do it like this. That's just how I like it. What's important? If you're going to put vegetables in the air fryer, try to do it in 2 batches, even if there's not enough space. What do I mean? Don't just keep piling things into the blender, even though it's not really an issue. But what I'm getting at is that if it's not layered, everything will bake evenly as well. End of announcement. I've got this pepper here. I'm cutting it upside down. I'm making a little cross because I could scald the tomato now and so on, but it's going to roast, so I'll just peel the skin off for blending later. Olive oil goes in, add 2 tomatoes and pepper. I could even leave it whole. I just leave it here. And now the spices, it'll be just salt, garlic, and a bit of thyme. That's important too. Everything you see here reflects how we all try to cook. Buy everything at Lidl, Biedronka, or your local store. Nothing special, just onion and red onion.
Hopla.
We'll just throw it in here. We'll pour some olive oil on top again. I think a tablespoon and another tablespoon went in. And a good amount of pepper to that. No, I don't believe it. Someone added ground pepper to the grinder. Salt, a bit of thyme. When I turned it on, it was 35. 31 remain. The entire cutting and prep process at the end took 4 minutes. You can do it faster if you can and if you want to. And for the next 30 minutes, it stays here. I'll come back to you after a short break.
You won't believe it. We have an ebook for sale, and it's not a lottery. Seriously. You don't have to draw anything, you don't participate in anything, and you don't have to fill out any forms. Buy the book from the link in the description, featuring our best, most surprising, and proven recipes from our videos. And everything is made from ingredients available in any store. There hasn't been a book like this before, but now there is. So buy it for less than 30 bucks.
Tomato, onion, everything nicely fried. Pure flavor, so tender. Trust me, if some parts burn a little, that's actually good. They'll add more flavor. Of course, don't take me too literally. Let's not burn everything, but you get the idea. This goes into the pot. There's still plenty of flavor and a hot air fryer, so let's use them. I bought a baguette at Biedronka. It was already there, but just a regular baguette or a nice slice of bread, whole grain, white, whatever you like. We have olive oil, we have a heated air fryer, so let's make use of that energy. Parmesan is better, but I have some open cheddar in the fridge. We'll bake it for the soup. Let's peel the tomato, see how easily the skin comes off. There we go. One tomato goes in, then the other. There we go. Now we pour in 0.8 liters of broth. Let's grab the blender. Perfect, not burnt. My soup with bell pepper, tomatoes, red onion, and thyme is ready. I'll literally put a dollop of sour cream on top. Once it's in the bowl, you watch, because I won't be able to talk. Testing, and I think I'll return the favor. I'll return the favor, Shishu. Payback. Not a bar? Well, it's a bar, it's Hola Mexicana. But it's aromatic. Kind of like goulash. Kind of like goulash, kind of like ajivar, kind of like lecho. Yeah, lecho, really.
But what a delicious soup. Oh my God, I love it. And it's so delicate. Delicious soup, right?
Make it, because the whole thing took 20 minutes. You don't have to worry about it boiling over or not. Nothing will boil over, just 20 minutes. It's pure health, man. A bit of olive oil and vegetables.
It will be really meaty, full of muscle. And the most important ingredient will be sausage, or more precisely, la kiełba. You may ask why there are just two. It's because we'll do this. How do you do it? We make 2 angled cuts in the sausage to create a groove, kind of like a pocket. And gorgonzola. What's important is not to use too much. Let's not overdo it. It's nice and pliable inside. We spread it, pressing it in like modeling clay, as if we wanted to fill a gap. Next. Yellow cheese, simple as that. And now, paprika, we don't need much here, so actually 1 is completely enough. If we have hot peppers, we add just a little so they don't overpower the sausage's flavor. If something is too spicy, then we don't even know what we're eating. We only taste the spiciness, and that's not the point. 1, there you go. We'll cover the second one. A strip like this is enough. And now we roll it up. And here, the rule is simple. It's not about having a lot, it just needs to be tight. Just like if you were trying to seal something with duct tape, it needs to be tight so that later on the cheese doesn't leak out, so that it stays in there. For those who don't really trust this kind of wrapping, on the principle that something might come off here because of the heat, maybe it won't hold. Well, you can also, just to be sure, stick these ends here with toothpicks. And here, 1 more will fit. I have no idea. What can I tell you when it comes to setting the temperature in the air fryer? Every air fryer is a little different. It's the same as with microwave ovens. That's why the safest and most universal option will be to simply set it to 180 degrees. You know, like when you're making fries. Time is relative. You have to check occasionally. We'll leave it for 20 and watch it. Meanwhile, the sauce. 3 ingredients. We need them. The sauce, Tabasco Sriracha, or just Sriracha from another brand. Next, ketchup, any kind will do. For me, a really good Tortex worked perfectly. And finally, peach jam, 1 hand. The other hand, we're going evenly. And now we have a really spicy set, so the jam goes in and 1 spoon. And the And a spoon, and a third spoon. We're not afraid, and a fourth spoon. Because remember, if you add too much jam and it gets too sweet, you have some friends here who will cut that sweetness right away. It's not too spicy, that's the point. Trust me, it can't be too spicy or it'll overpower the flavors here.
The smell is 10 out of 10.
I've only seen blood sausage like this for grilling wrapped in bacon.
Oh, wow.
Inside.
I can't do it. Staba, I'm drooling so much.
Oh, Jesus with the sauce.
Sweet, a bit spicy, delicious. This is good.
But I'll tell you, almost nothing came out from the inside. And Gorgonzola likes to melt. Sneaky one.
I'll tell you, I feel like I'm at a good barbecue.
The worst part is that Staba is playing with a marked card, in my opinion. That's unfair play. You can't invite us to judge and then just do something that can't be judged any other way. Well, how can we judge cheese, baked sausage, baked parma ham, meat? Sorry, and some garlic bread too. How else can you judge it, except by saying I ate a kilo of it?
But the method is really cool. It will work on the grill too. It doesn't have to be in the air fryer, but in the air fryer it's quick.
Guys, do you feel like snacking on something but you're bored with regular chips? Well, I have a snack for you that looks a bit like traditional salted sticks, but these are made entirely out of meat. Did I get your attention? Then let's get started. As you can see, there aren't many ingredients on the table, but that's all you need. Chicken breasts, eggs, spices. All right, my dears, you literally need 15 or 20 minutes and you can start crunching, but first let's move on to blending. So we cut the chicken breast into smaller pieces so the blender doesn't have a heart attack. We transfer it to the blender jar and add 2 eggs and a mix of your favorite spices. The blender is loaded so we can blend it into a smooth mixture. In moments, chicken breasts become a fragrant, spreadable paste with spices. The mixture is placed in a regular bag with the corner cut off or a pastry piping bag. We spray some delicate paper with oil spray to make sure nothing sticks, and then we pipe out thin strips that look like salty breadsticks. They can be straight, twisted, long, or short like little crisps. It's all up to you. Alright, now it's time for the air fryer. So we put our paper with the breadsticks inside and start baking everything, and in the meantime, I'll take care of the second batch. Set to 180 degrees for 10 minutes and wait until the snack is golden brown. These breadsticks are a game changer. You make them fast, enjoy them guilt-free, and they're truly addictive. Try them once. They'll be gone in seconds. Perfect anytime and for any hunger. Just like straight out of that, what was it? Blind Date. God.
I thought it was Dirty Dancing or something.
Like Blind Date, but I'm here to win your culinary heart. Look, a different version of breadsticks, crunchy breadsticks.
Wow, pretty much fried pasta.
Remember, the sauce for things like this is, so to speak, a must-have. It's...
Just breadcrumbs with egg?
no. Chicken breast. Chicken breast with egg.
I don't know where you buy your chicken, but stop going there.
Of course, similar to nuggets, you alter the chicken breast by adding eggs, then squeeze out small fringes. There are thicker, thinner, and shorter versions.
Hey, the thicker one goes down better for me.
Anyway, it's an unusual snack. Anyone who tries it, I think, will be amazed. Or at least you can have fun guessing what it's made of, what ingredients were used.
More salt, bro.